rock at it. As we talking, and they didn't move him over there so he'd be close to me. Do you want me to teach some classes at your Masjid? No. All of them from Dar al-Hijra, do you want us to teach Arabic? No. And I told them, whatever y'all got, I don't want it. Our people had that. I don't want them to. Y'all are scare a nigga to death. Scare all the fire out of him. Scare him. He'll be running around ducking behind bushes and everything. We don't want that around us. If niggas get scared, let them get scared themselves. I'm scared. But not have professional fear spread to our people. Anyway, design fitna. We designed our own fitna, and we trapped Boss Man, and I'll tell you about it later. Or y'all have a little program, I'll come to it. We have trapped the system. Y'all looked at me, and here's what you was thinking, poor Imam Musa, and you hear about all the news. They doing this to him, they doing that, and if we get around, we're going to be in trouble. That ain't what's been happening. Yes, they do that stuff by our design. If they sold a property, we sit right in their ear whispering, yeah, man, they're going to sell our property. Man, they're going to sell our property. They're going to sell our property. And then they sell it. That's Baba Kloon. Okay, and anyway, and everything else they do, right? Anything else they do, I'm just telling you. After 50 years, you're not going to get no sense at all. Not 50 years of watching TV and having a little struggle here. No, I'm talking about 50 years in the midst of it. You're going to smell fitna. You're going to taste it. You're going to know what to do. You're going to get it over and over and over again. So you don't even have to look at the people about what it is. You know what it is. That's what we're dealing with right here. Okay. So we're coming back to Oakland. In a little while, I'm going to teach y'all what psychological guerrilla warfare is. We've been doing it all the time. Psychological guerrilla warfare. When you look at us, you think that we have been defeated. We haven't been defeated. We've been telling them what to do. Stab me here, stab me here, stab me there. And you don't see no result. Oh, they stabbed me, right? Or, where is everybody at? Ain't nobody here. The people is gone. You don't see me running, chasing them. Tell the truth. I ain't run down and chase nobody. Man, why you leave, man? Why you go, you leave? You know you leave. It didn't mess up everything. You ain't seen none of that, and you ain't heard none of it. Goodbye, dear believers. Goodbye. I mean, we don't say that, but that's what we mean. Or, I went to school to be a lawyer to help you, and then they come by and acting stupid. And we said, nigga, what's wrong with you? You sat around here for 15 years talking about, forget about Whacking Nut and all that you work for, and we know if you work for Whacking Nut, you're going to be cut. Good God Almighty. I don't know what's wrong with people. People don't think. I mean, I don't know what they think, but they're not thinking. This is just our opinion. So, we went through this before. Returning to Oakland, remember Imam Hussein in America. You talk about you have Arbaeen and you celebrate Imam Hussein. Well, what about if you got an Imam Hussein type in Oakland who could stand all the fitna, all of this, that, and other, and still on a roll? Fainted incapacity, that's when you pretend you're walking with a crutch and a limp. Oh, I can't hardly walk. Fainted incapacity. You're pretending that you don't have the ability to do nothing hardly. You just, it's so hard to get up and walk down the street. Fainted incapacity. So when you look at it, us, don't underestimate us. If you do, you've made a big mistake that you fell in the trap that boss man did. Boss man did, and then boss man tripped into the hole, and boss man drug all the Zionists with him. Yeah, we know who we've been messing with all along. And the worst thing for Zionists is for you to make a fool out of them and laugh at them. Well, that's what we're doing. You're a bunch of dumb Zionists, and you can't whoop nobody. And I want you to understand that we're not going to whip them like a whipping, like with a switch or nothing. But we're going to psychologically whoop them people till they ain't going to, they're going to, why do you think boss man is acting a fool like he is? And he don't make no sense. Because he getting whooped. He's getting whooped. What he did to us, trying to make us get incoherent, where you make your own mistakes. Remember in crime, the government been pressing you, so you say, one more robbery, right? And Bonnie and Clyde is finished. All the time. That's kind of true. Because you're exhausted of wealth, you're exhausted of, and you got to, I'm going to get one more robbery, then I'm going to move to California, we're going to raise children and everything, and the guy gets killed. Him and the girl, both of them get killed. Bonnie and Clyde, they both dead, right? Because they can't think ahead. They don't think ahead, that's all. Boss man can't do that to us. Boss man had it easier back in these days because we're first going through it. That's over 50 years ago back. And we maneuvered out from the jaws of the lion then. So what's going to happen between then and now? You just have to think, okay? Don't worry about it. I'm just saying. Okay, let me move toward a close. Yes, we're going to pass out DVDs. Don't underestimate us, and don't underestimate Boss Man. Because Boss Man, all the stuff you're doing, he helped plan that, and you fell right along with him. Sometimes we go along with Boss Man, and sometimes we don't. We more or less, I guess, what did we call it, Boss Man on the line? When you get a fish on the line. That's what we do. You said, nigga, you're going crazy. Well, if I'm going crazy, everybody else is going with me because I have not pushed the button and killed 7 or 8 children, and the other people are belonging to the family, and they're all our allies instead of our, right? Yep. I ain't been hanging on no helicopter trying to leave. You got to move me back to California. Like I have to go back now because time tells you, okay, there's nothing else to do here for right now. There's nothing. Oh, sure, we got things to do, but now it's time to go back there. Why we didn't go back before? Because it wasn't time. There's a guidance mechanism that's saying this is the time to go and this ain't the time to go. That's why we waited and waited. Think about last year and other time. Something is going on. So, but then they martyred Soleimani. We said, that's what we was waiting on for then. Then they come up with the virus. Then they, so we said, oh, don't worry. We're going back. This is not MacArthur, I shall return and all that, but this is kind of like that. We're not going back with a big army. We're going back with us. And that's enough. I'm telling you, that's enough. Why is it enough? Because we have more credibility than the whole United States government because we've been right more than they have. Is that halfway true? We've been right almost all the time, and we've never compromised any principles. They compromise all their principles. They run off and leave everybody that's their friend, and they get stupid. Can't nobody, they can say, I ain't going over there, Imam Musa, he's a Shiite. They can say stuff like that. That's dumb. But they can't say, Imam Musa just act stupid, man, and he did this, and he can't say that. We say that about boss. Boss man's a fool. And it's going to get, the worst is yet to come. You think you laughing now? You wait. Boss man, you're going to say, that's not boss man. Boss man, that ain't you. You know, when a guy's big rich and he go broke and then he's running off chasing his woman and doing this. I said, Big Johnny, that ain't you. Well, that's what they're saying. Boss man, that ain't you. Okay, so I didn't overtalk myself and it's getting dark. So I want to thank y'all. And I also want you to go down and talk to remember the young ladies working the probation department. When I had this other case and that I won, and they were sending everybody in the probation department, the legal department, they would send them in shifts. And I said, who's all these people come and sit and watch it? And then all these articles and pictures, you know, she's Persian, so she reads Persian and everything. And we would talk about, so I had a picture, I haven't seen it in a while, a picture of, what was the last president? That guy Rouhani. So she said, oh, you gotta, they saw this. And they taking pictures. I mean, she's taking, you know, these close-ups where they can read it and all this stuff. And they're taking pictures of all these articles. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a Negro, which you haven't seen, on the front page of the main political newspaper in Iran. Of course, I haven't been back since, and I ain't in a worry. But all this way is detailed. It's detailed. It's got, this is a line, this is a headline. All of these are telling, this is what you do. Right? It's not and I gave it in English. They liked it, so that's what it said. Walayati Faqih is a protection against global arrogance. You can't read it all, but you can see Walayati Faqih. You can see that. Walayati Faqih. Right? You see that. Fitna. Well, you know, fitna. It's a protection against global fitna. I haven't been back to Iran since. Yep. Because we got all kind of friends, but we also have enemies in high places, and they work with each other with detail. They're ex-Savakis and all of that. And you see them, and they don't report on nothing that would help us. They don't do nothing that would help us. And they said they love us. They started out with us. A bunch of jive. Okay, let me finish up. It's dark already. Okay, economic enterprise zone. We talked about that. Lessons learned. We don't have, it's too many lessons learned. Okay. We talked about 1981, and you saw the pictures of Brother Javad and, you know, all of that. Brief history of our relationship. Okay, I wander a little bit, so I'll go over that in a couple of days. So maybe Thursday we'll do another one. And I promise to be more specific had not traveled around the world. Well, I'm going to try, you know what I mean. Okay, brief history of our relationship. I'm thankful for our relationship. I'm not sad about it at all. But here's what y'all do. You get together. When I come and put the DVD out, you either get together a bunch of support, and that'll be it. You don't have to stand in line and do a demonstration and get heat on you because y'all done got a little older. I guess y'all be in your 60s now. I ain't old. But the late 50s, 60s, and so now, you know, all your kids have graduated, just all your kids have graduated from college. You don't have to protect them anymore. And they're lawyers too, and a lot of that. Can you imagine all of your kids are lawyers and stuff and all of that?